Welcome to Open Caller. I'm Corey Wolf,
I am Vishal Chef.
and this is
This is
Open
it.
Caller. This is us.
All right. First order of business. How we're gonna do what spoiler free this time. Maybe next week we'll do spoilers. Because at that point, if you haven't seen it, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
It's a review. It's diet Infinity War.
Yeah.
Now it's spoilers. Zero spoilers.
Zero spoilers. I mean, I
So
thought
you
it was
can
great.
believe all those people that died? I
Like,
mean,
everyone.
nobody died, or did they die, or
But-
Thanos?
So what did you actually think of it?
Just put it out there.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me tighten this here, as she said. No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done. Very not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
Not that.
Not that.
No, I when you have like 864 carry the two characters in the movie, you'd think that maybe that's too much and not enough
Absolutely.
screen time for everybody. It's gonna be too long to give everybody. But the way they grouped everyone and the way it all played out, I think it was.
Yeah, I thought they cut between the different set of groups very well. Like it flowed well. It wasn't just focusing on a certain set for like half an hour. It kind of bounced, but it also didn't seem too bouncy. Like you could keep track of where everyone was and what was going on, like in their location. They
So
did
we've
an excellent
had to deal with that. The first two Avengers and then Civil War, we had a lot of
a
characters.
lot. Yeah.
And especially with, I think this, I would say more so the second Avengers, you kind of lost track of where people were at any given
Absolutely.
time. But not
And
this one, yeah.
this one, it was great too because it was just there was no exposition of everything. They just expected you to know what was going on, and they went with it. Just started like jumped right in without having to explain anything.
Yeah, it's good and bad. Like good in the sense if you're a fan and saw it, you knew all that stuff. But like I talked to some people before who, like when it starts off, like I felt like I missed 15 minutes of it because I missed the last couple movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it goes
But-
hand in hand, I guess, right?
Exactly. It's one of those things though. It's like Marvel's got to know that 10 years worth of movies, if this is the first Marvel movie you're seeing, it's, they're not catering to those people. There's very few people that this is going to be their, first or second or even just third Marvel movie. And if it is, they probably only saw the more recent ones anyway. It's not like you saw. I'd say the subset of people that just saw Iron Man 1 and Thor 1 and then didn't watch movies for 8 years and then just jumped into this is really, really small.
Yeah, it's like the opposite approach that Stanley took with the comic books. Like Stanley's motto was every kid's comic is the first comic.
Yeah.
So that's why they always have like the footnotes. Like you have like an internal monologue where Spider-Man says like, "Oh, I remember fighting Dr. Octopus," and have like an asterisk, and at the very bottom footnote was see issue number 256, and then that's what he's referring to. But yeah, this you got to commit.
Yeah. But I think, it was just an excellent movie. Action was great. Humor was great. And just really excited for the next one to see how everything plays out.
Wait, this doesn't just end everything. The commercial said
No.
the end is near.
Well, it's near. And then we have, it's near like
here.
it's like a year. No, they actually said the ending is next year. That's what it was.
Oh.
Yeah, you misread.
It's my head cold. I misread it. Does it look good? At least in my personal opinion. And since we're talking about the MCU, see the Venom trailer?
I did. Wait, the first one sucked.
The Venom in
these
name only trailer.
yeah, the second one I thoroughly enjoyed much more. I do have issues with the movie in for different reasons. The trailer I was kind of down with.
So I'm sure your complaint is like what 99.9% of people have complaints with is
I
that you have a character that his whole origin is based around another character that's not involved.
absolutely how it would just be like making a movie that had Thanos in it and not anyone else. Although I feel I would want to watch that one more. But it would be like making a um, the Vulture movie and
Well,
not having Spider-Man in it. Like
and I guess a good example would be something that they did do was with the second Avengers: Age of Ultron. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner created Ultron based on Chitauri AI. However, in the comics, Hank Pym created it, and Hank Pym wasn't involved in that process at all. He's a character in the movies now, but he wasn't at that time.
right,
Kinda.
but it's just like Venom is just I don't know if I people know who Spider-Man is, people maybe know who Venom is.
No, who's Spider-Man?
But like for Ultron, I mean, if you don't know him at all, then it doesn't really matter who kind of creates him. The whole creation of Venom, like I can't picture Venom on his own because he's Spider-Man's enemy. It's
Right.
he also it's one of those things where I'm not really invested in his story. I guess
there's nothing really to get invested into. Like
like I
that's what, if you remember what Sam Raimi said all those years ago, he never wanted to put Venom in a movie because like he's just not a well-rounded out character. He looks cool,
yeah, he
but
does look
his
cool.
motivation is basically you
Revenge on
screwed me
Spider-Man.
with yeah, you screwed me with the paper. I want to kill you. That's pretty loose.
But I mean, it's a lot better motivation than a lot of other. I mean, okay, so
Like somebody stepped
all,
on your pumas.
almost any um, villain up until recently for the MCU, like their motivations have all been
One note.
pretty bad, like pretty loose,
Yeah.
pretty just whatever. We just need an enemy that maybe people have heard of before. And but the thing is, at least they were there and they had the Iron Man person there. They had Thor. They had, you know, people that we knew. Um, Venom doesn't like he is the enemy, and it's tough to I don't know. For me, I think it's a tough sell to have an enemy without a hero on the other side. It's a lot easier to have a hero on the other side without a villain.
Oh, but he's an anti-hero.
No,
So it's like having your cake and making a bad movie too.
yeah. So I'm gonna see it obviously because it's Venom and it looks really cool, and I like Ed Hardy. He's an enjoyable actor.
Tom Hardy. Ed Hardy makes your shirts.
Ed Hardy. He does make my shirts. He doesn't. Yeah, Tom Hardy. But like, I don't know. I'm probably gonna be going in with pretty low expectations for this.
You kind of
Although,
have to,
yeah, but if
especially because it's by Sony, not
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that too. But I mean,
Right.
if it was another spider, like if somehow it ties into the MCU somehow, with licensing down the road, I'd probably be more into it because I know they would. Well, it's because I know that there would be a hero, that he was fighting, like the
Yeah.
anti-hero story. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things. It's just not something that I'm. It's like I guess I don't know. It's kind of like the Han Solo movie. I personally have never asked like what his backstory was. It's not something
Yeah.
that I ever wanted to know. There's one thing I want to know, and that's how he got the Falcon from Lando. And other than that, I don't need to know, you know, how he became a scoundrel, or if he
Scruffy
was
Nerf herder.
if yeah if he was always a nerf herder, or that just came about recently. None of that matters to
Well, you
me.
have to see him do the Kessel Run in 6 parsecs.
Well, I don't know if we will, but really, it's if they put it in, it won't work since parsec is a distance. But uh, it's
Shut everything off now.
yeah, that movie
Point out the
is.
flaws.
I'm excited for the movie because it's a Star Wars movie, but like I'm not. Other than Donald Glover being Lando, I'm really not interested in the actual story of like Han Solo.
I
And
guess the
that's
same argument can be made of, did you have any interest in those rebels taking the Death Star plans with Rogue One?
no, it
Yeah.
it really didn't matter how they got those plans. It was, but at least that one, it ties like essentially directly into the next movie.
Yeah.
This movie is going to be a complete one-off. It's years and years before anything happens, but I'm sure they'll try and tie it into the franchise with like some, a nod here or there to the story of A New Hope or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be like even Rogue One. Yeah, like it was great. Uh, Hard to get invested with people that are, not in the future movies.
But I think that's what made it better too, is that they went all in and just killed everybody.
Yeah.
Well, not really spoilers, because
It's been
you all know
long
they're young.
enough. It's been long enough.
Well, not even just that. Yeah, it's a 1977 was the first one,
Yeah,
and they mention it, and you never see any of those characters. So I guess
exactly.
Nobody made it.
But yeah, I mean these kind of new stories, Solo and Rogue One and all that kind of stuff that are coming in between the main Star Wars movies. It's fun. If they weren't there, I don't think I'd be that upset, and I don't think I would be like, they're not the ones that are making me more excited for, say, Episode 9. I'm not going to see Solo and be like, man, I can't wait for the next Star Wars movie, because The Last Jedi was the one that I was like, man, I can't wait 2 years from now for the next Star Wars movie. That's Solo's not going to be the thing that pushes me towards it,
Yeah.
And well, Disney's just rolling away with the money on these ones, though. Like whatever they do,
and recognition, right?
yeah, and they have to just keep making movies so people don't forget about it, I guess. But I mean, who's really forgetting about Star Wars?
Star Who now? What we're talking about?
Star Who now?
So there's a Star Wars? There's more than one war?
What? There's more than one star?
It shouldn't be Stars War?
Stars War. Like the war
amongst the
stars. Yes, exactly.
Because if you think about it, in those up until 7, 8, now 9, it was really one war. It was
one war.
Rebels versus the Empire.
But
there's
battles
amongst this war.
You may have won this battle, but I will win the next.
Right? And then now it's the First Order and
the other guys, the good guys,
and the rest.
Oh,
speaking of battles, so I'm gonna say the Raptors are done.
I don't know. Yeah, they're done. That's too bad. It really, I would say this was their shot at, like, their best chance at getting past Cleveland was going to be this year. But
yeah, so like right now it's, I didn't know that, I forgot the game started at 6.
That's weird.
And
time.
it's 8 o'clock, right? And they're less than 4 minutes left in the third, and they're down by 11.
I thought this was going to be...
Yeah, if they didn't take game 1, they weren't taking this series. And now they're going to go into Cleveland down 2. I think they'll get swept.
No, they'll win 1. They have to.
Oh, okay.
Respectable
losing 5.
Yeah, it's really hard to beat LeBron James 4 games out of 7. Like, it's not... he's just one of those players that just like Michael Jordan, if he wanted to turn a game around, it was just, it was pass it to Will. It was the
Get the
strategy.
ball to Will.
Get the ball to Will. And
Well, yeah, like if you did you watch any of the first game?
no, I was not around.
Okay, so basically, it was the Raptors because don't forget the Cavs came off Game 7.
Yeah.
Bron's
Where
tired.
LeBron James, yeah, exactly. He was tired and he just had I think he had like 45 in that game.
Yeah, I think he had like 45 and 40 and played 43 minutes or something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, he was tired. He was cramping. These guys were off for like 4 days now. The
4 days.
Raptors,
Yeah, almost a week.
and they were up by I think like 11-12 at the half, and they were up again 5 in the third and the fourth, and they just blew it. And
Yeah.
like I think LeBron had a respectable 20-some points. Like right now, I look at it, even Kevin Love's got more points than LeBron.
Like that's the crazy thing is like the Raptors have a much deeper team talent wise. Their bench is much better than the Cavs bench, like by a long shot. But their best players are not as good. And if your bench isn't on, if Cleveland's bench isn't on, it's like, okay, it's just like every other game. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But if Toronto's bench isn't on, then that's 20 or 30 points that you're not getting, which pretty much makes the difference in most games.
And like, yeah, this for sure was their year because not only is like this is probably one of the worst teams LeBron's been on in the playoffs ever. The Celtics are banged up, and looking at this, they're going to go out in the second round again
to Cleveland. Yeah,
and I'm sure, depending who comes out between the Celtics, the Bron may even go out in the third round.
I think
if the Sixers pull it off,
maybe if the Sixers,
they're a better team than Celtics for sure. Especially with the Celtics being banged up as they are.
And none of it matters because Golden State's going to win anyway.
Right?
You're just
super team.
Yeah, playing for second place.
Like, how do you become a fan in any of those sports if it's just who's got the most money? Like, even in
like being a Yankees fan for the last however many years?
Yeah, but at least in baseball, it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think
it's that way.
Cap
my ass.
Yeah.
Just pay tax. Just pay tax, guys. It's fine.
Seriously. I don't know. Super teams it's fun when your team is the super team, I guess. You're winning a lot more, and they, when you're winning that many games, you have time to kind of show off a little bit too. So you get a bit more like entertainment value out of it. As for I don't know, I watched Michael Jordan and the Bulls when I was growing up and stuff, and they didn't have a super team. Like they didn't collude to get a bunch of people together. They just had a bunch of good players together and ended up being a team that was really hard to beat, just based on the players they had. But, it's not like Michael Jordan said, surround me with...
The Lakers too, right?
What's that?
The Lakers too. Like when they brought in Shaq, like Kobe wasn't Kobe then.
No. And but same, well, even the Spurs, right? Because the 90s was Chicago and San Antonio, pretty much. And then the Lakers started winning more. And then San Antonio was still there. So the early 2000s to, most of the 2000s to 2010 was San Antonio and LA.
Yeah.
And then, Cleveland came in, Miami, and then it's just been Miami, Cleveland, and Golden State the last 8 years, I guess. But I don't know. Early on, it seemed like every team had at least one or two just crazy superstars, and unfortunately, they were playing against Michael Jordan, so they lost. And that sucks for a lot of players in the 90s, and that they weren't able to win only because Michael Jordan was there. And now there's so many good players on so many good teams But then there's just like this different set of players that are all spread out between like 3 or 4 teams. And I think, yeah, it would be much better if it was like before, where everyone had just kind of one solid, amazing player, but doesn't always work out that way. It does suck though. Like, that that people talked, the players talked to each other and said, yo, let's do this. Let's make this happen. And figure out how to do it. Like,
well, when you hear like, because LeBron's contract's up, right? And you hear teams are clearing money.
Yeah.
and making moves to get him, right? So, like,
do you think he's going to leave again?
Oh, yeah, I think he's done. Win or lose.
With Cleveland, really?
Yeah, I think he just tried somewhere else before he just packs it in. Because he can't do it there forever. And, like, well, you can't do it forever. He's 33. Might be 94, right? That was spring chicken anymore. So would you consider the Penguins as a super team? Or just like
I think they're like they're like a Jordan and Pippen team. I think they kind of tried for a bit. I don't know if they tried or if it was just Marian Hossa trying to jump onto a championship. But he was bouncing around to a lot of teams, and so during
Pittsburgh, Detroit.
Well, yeah, because
Chicago, and got him in Chicago.
Yeah, but he didn't lose twice. He lost.
I think he got to the final both years to the teams that beat so he was Detroit and Pittsburgh won, and then went to Pittsburgh, and then like someone else won, and then
and then he went to Chicago. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, hey, if you're chasing championships, that works. I don't think Penguins have a super team. I think they're a really talented team with a solid core and a good goaltender. Like
they'll probably go down as the team with the best pairs.
Yeah.
So Mariel and Yager and Sid and Malkin.
Gretzky and Messier.
They had an era of two and another.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is definitely their team. Like those two they're not going anywhere. And Pittsburgh is going to just pay them whatever they want to stay.
Well, there's always talk of Malkin taking off so he gets out of Sid's shadow, right? Even though he's, like, I think for the most part, a better.
Oh, he's a better player for sure. He's bigger, he's stronger. I think he's like less flashy, I guess. Like,
yeah, he's not all up in your business about it.
Yeah, also just like his goals are they're great and whatever, but it's Crosby's goals are they're these insane, like, bat it out of the air twice and kick it up over his head and then it goes in or whatever. And his are just
to become immune of them too, like, because it's like, oh, Crosby scored another goal, okay,
yeah, another
Did you see it? Yeah, he does it like 9 times a year.
Yeah, like a bunch.
Yeah. You think Crosby's better on that team? He'll go down better than Lemieux, or
no? I don't. I think Lemieux's always going to be the guy. It's
different times, right?
Yeah, different times, and like different styles of play for sure. But it's like a LeBron Jordan conversation too. There's.
But I hear more people now talking about how LeBron's better than Michael. Probably because he has to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they're talking about it, I guess the real test is going to be, say, in 20 years from now, is there going to be someone that's really, really good? And then are they going to compare him to LeBron, or are they going to compare him to Jordan? And
was there much of a gap when Jordan retired 05?
I mean, really 96. That's to count his last few years of basketball, or it's like shaky at best. But when people are talking about Michael Jordan, they're talking about 88, 89 to 96, maybe up to like 98, but they're not really talking about his Washington Wizard years.
Call it a comeback.
But
Excuse me.
and then when did LeBron come in? Oh,
So,
six,
03
3?
was
Really?
no, so that was when Jordan retired. The
For a good.
king, the king, as he's like to called. Yeah, 03. So basically, there was no gap between the two of them.
Right. Okay. So then let's say someone comes in 5 years, and are they going to say they'll probably say he's the next LeBron, but the conversation's always going to be, I don't know. In my opinion, I think the conversation's always going to be chasing Jordan.
Make the argument that wouldn't Wilt Chamberlain still be the greatest all time since he's the only player to get 100
Oh,
points in a
absolutely.
game?
There's like Bill Russell has 11 champion. Like if championships are a thing, because that's always the thing that people go to. They're like, Jordan has 6, LeBron only has 3 or whatever, and it's like, well, Kobe has 5, so how come there's no like he's not as good as Kobe? Like I think he's better than Kobe. Championships or not, but Bill Russell won 8 in a row and like 11 in 13 years or something stupid. Lots of people have done lots more than Michael Jordan, I guess, winning wise.
Yeah.
But I think Michael Jordan kind of changed the game, and that's why. Also, he was just playing again. When those guys played, I'm not sure who Will Chamberlain was really going up against. Every year kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where Michael Jordan had his Ewings, he had Magic for a couple.
He had the flu.
He had the flu that he was always fighting. Bird, like he had a lot of Hall of Famer guys, that he was going up against every single night, and still kind of dominating.
Well,
but you could say
argument. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say you could say the same about LeBron against certain teams now, like the whole super team conversation. But when he's going up against Oakland or OKC or the Warriors, like he's playing against some players who like for sure are going to be in the Hall of Fame, like first ballot. No one's going to deny a lot of these people the Hall of Fame. But then he also gets to play against teams that have literally no one. And he can just, if he doesn't even want to play them, he doesn't have to. And the team would be just fine. Like Michael Jordan didn't really have that option that often.
No, again, because it's more balanced league at that time.
Yeah.
But going back to your argument about championships, do you think that argument can be made about Crosby over Ovechkin? He's clearly a better player.
No, I think Ovechkin's like a better. Yeah, he's more fun to watch for sure. He hasn't always had the best, teammate. Like he never had a number 2, or he was never the number 2. Where Sidney had Malkin, like they've had each other the whole time, and it always felt like Ovechkin was just a one-man show all the time. But that's also his game. Like it just seems like he wants to be that one-man show.
I think too. Like he's also been in Crosby's shadow. In a respect because of that lockout didn't happen. He got drafted the year before, right?
I'm not sure that would have like changed too much. A year. It's not like he was going to win that year with Washington.
No.
And but yeah, he would have had at least a little bit of experience underneath his belt, and he would have had a Rookie of the Year probably.
Do you think he'd have less gray?
No, he's just gray. Thinking
he's the gray eight.
No, just gray.
He's just the great 8 because he wears number 8.
I was watching this this YouTube channel. Oh, it's the SB Nation YouTube channel, but they have a playlist and it's just called something about beef, like the beef with or whatever. Yeah. And there's a really good one about Ovechkin versus Malkin and how how they had some issues and blah blah blah, and everyone's kind of doing the Crosby versus Ovechkin beef.
Yeah.
But they're really like that is a sports thing. That's a they were drafted the same year, all that kind of stuff. The Ovechkin versus Malkin beef is like there's personal stuff on each side. There's like the Russia connection
Yeah.
and all that. And I was like, that's really interesting. It was a pretty cool podcast, a pretty cool video. And then I started watching one. It was like Shaq versus David Robinson, and then another one was LeBron versus some guy. I can't remember his name.
Some guy.
Yeah, and then like Jay-Z was brought into it. It was just this crazy thing,
It's a crazy thing.
but it was pretty cool.
Watching the Jets Nashville series?
No, I haven't watched a lot of hockey this year. It's I've either been playing ball or working, so
Now, by playing ball, you don't mean basketball.
I do not mean basketball. It is, but
You mean tennis ball.
is Nashville crushing?
No, it's a 2-1 Jets in
Really?
the series.
Figured Nashville just I had them pegged to win.
Oh,
The whole
Pekka
thing.
Rinne's been playing like shit.
Really? Hey, language.
I don't worry, we're tagged as explicit on everything, so
we'll beep that out.
like he that doesn't help me. Stupid score. I don't know what his season record. But he's got I think his goals against is well over 3.
That's insane.
He's not gonna win a cup in this day and age.
With that.
Let me see. When did people start calling it Chell?
What
Am I
is
old?
Chell? Oh, like the
NHL?
NHL? Yeah,
It's called-
I've never once heard that up until today. You are getting old.
Well, then if you never heard it at all, then you're clearly older than I.
Hey,
You are though.
that's fair. It's undeniable.
Hold on.
It's
Let me-
happening.
Let me get there. That's what she said.
I'm like pretty surprised by Vegas though. Like that's a
You mean Vegas?
Cinderella boy coming out of nowhere. But
I kind of. Yeah, I don't see them winning.
I don't see them winning. I actually saw them. I had them pegged for
Except for winning our hearts.
what's that?
Except for winning over our hearts.
Yeah.
You know, it's not funny when you got to repeat it.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
But again, it wasn't funny to begin with.
I had them getting through the first round, and then I figured that would be the point where they, lose not their luck, just their momentum, and they're tied 2-2 in their series now, I think. But it's very surprising.
Yeah, they got blown out last game. Pecorine is 5-4 with a 307 goals against.
Yikes!
He just crossed.
What was their first round was what 4-1, 4-2.
Oh crap! I don't remember. Yes,
He's 5-4. Yeah, so 4-2. Yeah. I thought they were. Yeah, I still think I think they'll take it still. Turn it around.
7.
Yeah, I mean 6 or 7 for this one, but I think they'll win the cup.
They're up 3-0. Last game, they're up 3-0 after the first, and they lost 7-4.
Yikes! There's been a lot of just blowout games this year. That first,
the league loves 100%.
yeah, that first Penguin series, it was like every game was like 7-0, 6-2, but it was for both teams just back and forth. It wasn't just one team scoring 40 goals in a series and then the other team getting 3. But yeah, absolutely, the league they're loving that for sure.
I think that's enough sports ball.
Yeah, sports. Yeah.
Oh, the sportings.
of the sports. What time is it? How long have we been going for? I don't know how to check that.
That's what she said. It's quarter after.
When do we start? 7:30 ish. A little. Cool. Anything? What's up for this week? What's going on?
Today's Thursday. Work tomorrow because it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Not too much. I'm gonna go price out tires.
Nice. Always necessary around this time of year.
Okay, let's take the winters off and put the all seasons. But
Nice.
winter's the season, so go figure.
Oh, so last time we were talking about Lost in Space on Netflix.
Yes.
And I said I was going to watch it. I was going to check it out. I did not do that. Except
funny story. A brief update from last week.
I did watch the first episode earlier today, though. Finally, I got around to watching it. I don't know. I
go from to hey, you're a
yeah. It like I'll probably give it another couple of episodes. It's also it's a tough sell.
10 total, right?
I think so, but it's a tough sell for me. Just the episodes, it's that the hour long time frame for the episode.
Yeah,
and it starts off a little slow, so it was harder to get it to stay into it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if some more exciting stuff happens, maybe they get more lost or they go more into space. I don't know. One of those two things.
What if they get more lost in more space?
I think that would be just too much. That's too much going on.
That's like a movie lover combo.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm still. So what I heard was that it wasn't so great, and
you're currently feeling that it's not so great.
Yes, but that might also just be because that's what I heard, and it's been projected on me. But we'll see. I'm gonna give it another couple episodes, and I'll report back next week.
See, that's my problem with Netflix or cable shows where you have a limited number of episodes per season, is that if you're not hooked after the first two, you're it's out of 10. You're 20. You're almost a quarter way through the season.
Yeah,
just pack it in.
Exactly, and it's really easy to do that. It's really easy to be like, you know what, I gave it 2 episodes, 3 episodes. I'm not into it.
Yeah,
and with so much other content out there, it's so easy to just be like, nah, whatever. I'm gonna find something else.
And that's the odd thing I found with as they did further Marvel series. Like, you hit the ground running with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, same thing. Like, Luke Cage kind of meandered towards the middle.
Yeah.
And then Iron Fist just never, same thing. 2 episodes. It peaked at at a 2 and stayed there. Maybe got to maybe 2.5, 3 if you want to be generous towards the middle, but I never got anything higher than that.
No. And then I never watched Iron Fist because of that. Like you said it was everything else pretty much said it was just terrible.
Yeah.
But Daredevil was so good. Jessica Jones season 1 I thought was really good. Season 2 I enjoyed, but it wasn't as good as season 1. And then Daredevil season 2 was really good too. But I couldn't get into Iron Fist, and then I didn't watch Defenders.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just not there. I'll probably try and check out Iron Fist once in a while, sometime, but
yeah, a lot of people had problems with Defenders, but I kind of took it more of as a Daredevil season 2.5.
Yeah, it's mostly
he's the best character of all 4 of those shows. Then again, Punisher I thought was a good show.
I thought, you know what? I watched a bit of Punisher, but not all of it.
If you just take out expecting it's going to be this great superhero show, take that out of it and watch it for what it is. It's more about PTSD and all that stuff. It's far better that way.
Much better that way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that one Daredevil scene in season 1, the hallway fight,
Yeah,
I'll watch that. I'll watch
on
that.
loop.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
That's
so
what we missed, like Future Shop, where they have those demo rooms. Like that's the shit you'd see on there all the time.
yeah. uh that was a such a good scene. That was the thing that sold me on the
Well,
Daredevil
that's all anyone,
series.
anyone ever talked about when that show dropped. Is like,
Yeah, you have
how
to
do they do
watch
that fight
this.
scene? Yeah, that was my selling point. If you're not hooked after this,
Then yeah,
and like
you're yeah,
even
exactly. You're not into it.
even season 2 with the stairwell one,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
as great, but
Still,
still,
there's
yeah.
no way they were gonna to recreate um, that. But yeah, that's the thing with shows now is like that was what season 2, right? That was the or sorry, that was the end of episode 2.
Yeah.
And if you got to that point, you either that scene was the one that either made you keep watching more or you were done after that episode. And
Yeah, like, and he still
hopefully,
wasn't even like it had nothing to do with the overarching plot of the show. He was
absolutely,
just going to get a kid who was kidnapped.
exactly. But Lost in Space has not had their Daredevil moment
No,
for
right now
me.
it's currently has lost your interest.
Yes. And just just spacing out the whole time.
Oh,
I get it.
oh, got it. Me, no, I caught up on Fear the Walking Dead this week, so I'm right up to where everything is.
Nice. And then that's it for TV. Movies next on our movie watching list.
Oh, like coming out, not
Jurassic
like back
Jurassic.
catalog, because I am so far behind on other movies that have come out.
Oh no,
I
I'm
might
like
watch
the
Batman. Did you hear the Batman Ninja?
I saw
Animated?
something about that. I didn't really read into it.
Yeah, watch the
Uh,
trailer for it, and you might have to
and
watch
then
it.
oh
That's where I am. I'm
really?
like, I watched it. I'm like, I have no interest, and then like, oh, they dubbed it in English, and I watched it again, and I'm like, okay,
Interesting.
maybe
All right, I'll
it's
check that out.
there. Though I really have a hankering to watch Waterboy again. It was on TV the other day.
Really?
I turned it on at the Captain Insano part.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I should watch this from start to finish again.
I've uh I've kind of soured on Adam Sandler.
Like new Adam
I
Sandler, or just overall now. Like he pushed
just
it too far, and going back, it's
like
like, no.
yeah, like definitely new Adam Sandler. Him and Chris Rock have a show on Netflix right now, or a movie on Netflix.
Yeah, the week of, yeah.
Yeah, the week of. Uh, I haven't heard that much about it. I've heard that it's not great, but from what I've heard, it just seems like I would rather watch Meet the Parents because it's
The same thing.
similar and just way funnier.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the last thing I saw Adam Sandler in that I just really, really, really enjoyed.
I think the last pretty broad appeal movie he did that was released in theaters was
Yeah.
Longest Yard.
Eh,
And even then, like I didn't care for it too much.
yeah, I didn't love that one. Uh, but like really, because I was all in on him in the
Oh yeah, Happy Gilmore, Billy
yeah
Madison,
Billy Madison.
Big
Even
Big Daddy, maybe
even
Mr. Deeds.
Click for like a
Yeah, I like
once or
Click.
one like for like a
That's
once
a
or
good
twice
family movie.
watch.
Yeah,
Yeah. 50 First Dates, that kind of
yeah.
stuff. I was into, and then kind of after that, I don't know. I get maybe he just got too old
Just
for
go with
his
it. Was the one.
humor. Which one?
Just go with it. The Jennifer Aniston one.
Yeah, I never saw that one. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah, I can't
and
think
yeah,
of
like
anyone.
Waterboy, like that kind of stuff, like
Dumb.
the Happy Madison
Yeah,
like group of
staples.
movies. Yeah, were really good, and then he kind of just fizzled, I guess. But he's still trying. Same with Chris Rock. They're just trying to get back into it.
Well, I think the difference, like I guess with most comedies and stuff, is like the audience grows up,
Yeah.
and the actor grows up, but he still tries to act like he did 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't work anymore because those kids don't care about your humor, and we're outgrown it now.
Yeah. Like
That being said, I only watch
I-
comic book movies now.
yeah. Well, that's really all that's out now.
I'm just thinking, I'm going through my list of shows of things I watch like on the regular, and it's like, okay, so it's a CW DC show, so Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, Black Lightning. You should watch.
Black Lightning.
I highly recommend Black Lightning.
All right, I'll check
You
it out.
watched season 1, Luke Cage, right?
Yes.
I like to tell people that this is what Luke Cage should have been from start to finish.
Oh, really? All right. Black
Yeah.
Lightning.
You will not be disappointed.
White chocolate. That's the one.
There's a white chocolate now?
No, that was the movie. I think that's the last movie I liked with Adam Sandler in it. It was the one with him and Paul Blart, whatever that guy's name is, and they're cops. They had to get married. Shoot, what's it called?
Oh, is it not they're firefighters. I love Chuck and Larry.
Firefighters. Yes, that one. That one I really enjoyed. And then I think after that, I did not like any of his movies after that.
Sandler, I do not care for your work anymore. I guess it's like Will Smith too, right? Even him, like
Yeah,
he had a good run for
he did a long time. And it's not like his new movies aren't bad. Did you watch Bright?
No, like you, I heard bad things and never gave it a go.
Yeah, no, I watched it and it was fine. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it definitely wasn't. I think you're right about my growing up watching Will Smith so much in Fresh Prince and like Men in Black and all those kinds of movies and TV shows. That's what I remember him as, and when he's doing anything differently, I just don't think he's doing it as well.
Yeah,
like I don't. Did you like Hancock? I didn't like Hancock very much, but
I liked 2/3 of that movie,
and then
it
the
lost
ending
its
happened.
way.
Him in Hancock and him in Suicide Squad. Like it just for me, that's not.
Suicide Squad.
That's not the Will Smith I grew up with. Just goofy, dorky, one-liner Will Smith. I don't know. He's just not like
welcome to Earth.
He's just not an action hero in my opinion. But
it's basically the Crystal Skull of everything.
Yeah,
I love Indiana Jones, and then Crystal Skull came out.
You're like, God, come on.
You're like, let's just go back to good Indy.
Come on,
just
we can do it.
Looking at his filmography, Mr. Adam J. Sandler. Sorry, Adam R. Sandler's middle name's Richard. So yeah, so when you were with them on board, Chuck and Larry in 2007, Zohan came out after.
Yeah, nope.
Bedtime Stories.
Nope.
Funny People.
No, not funny. Nailed it.
Oh no, it's not funny. Grown Ups.
No, I didn't enjoy that one.
Just go with it. The Zookeeper.
Yeah, didn't see that.
Jack and Jill.
Did not see that.
That's My Boy.
Don't think I've even heard of that.
Hotel Transylvania.
Okay, yeah, I never saw it, but that wasn't because of him.
Grown Ups 2, The Streets.
Nope.
Blended.
Have not heard of that one either.
Some other things I never even heard of, so I'll skip those. Pixels.
Is that that's the animated movie?
No, it's
half animated,
yeah. That's all the video games come out.
Yeah. I didn't see that one either. I heard.
Oh, that's the one where yeah. No, I never heard of it.
Yeah. No, I think it did good. I think it did well at the box office.
What if Michigan dead last? Then now it's all his Netflix stuff. The Ridiculous Six, The Do Over, Sandy Wexler.
He's in a lot that I don't
know. Now This
week of,
and then a bunch of guest spots on TV shows.
Yeah, I'm okay. I probably will revisit Billy Madison sometime soon though. That was a good one.
Like right here, he's like some of the better ones right here. He's known for Waterboy, the wedding
Yep.
singer, Big
Yes.
Daddy, Little Nicky.
Little Nicky. I forgot about that one.
I know a lot of people who don't like it, but I like it.
I enjoyed it.
I also enjoyed him in Airheads with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore,
Of
Bulletproof,
course.
The Wedding Singer, Waterboy, Big Daddy.
Wait, which one was Bulletproof? That's the one where he's like
Dick
undercover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jim
yeah,
Williams. Yeah,
yeah. That was all right.
Mr. Deeds, 8 Crazy Nights,
I liked 8 Crazy Nights.
Anger Management,
I don't think I saw
Jack
that
Nicholson.
one. Yeah, I didn't see
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, and then it's the stuff, 51st Dates, Spanglish, Longest Yard, Click,
Yeah, that was
and the rest.
that was when he like grew up a little bit out of the Happy Madison phase, and then now it's I don't know where he's at.
He's a Netflix exclusive.
That's right.
So you get Donkey Kong on Friday?
I did not. I was going to, and
guess
I
what? It
decided
comes out on Friday, so you can still get it tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it came out last Friday.
It comes out May the 4th.
Oh, no, I'm probably not going to get it. I was considering it, but I have too much. I'm good with Zelda and Mario for now.
Yeah.
But I did get this little thing.
Product placement.
Product placement time. Might as well just do recommendations now. So, as you know, and most people that know me, I guess, I really am a fan of D brand skins for phones, tablets, computers, all that kind of stuff. And a year ago, when the Switch came out, they had skins for the Switch and the controllers and all that kind of stuff. But the vinyl that they were using, when you peeled it off, it like peeled some of the material of the actual dock and the Joy-Cons and everything off. And they worked with 3M for like this whole year pretty much and made a special 3M vinyl specifically for the material on the Switch. So I got this little number. So that's all customized up. And then
Just drop it.
Yeah. Same with this. So it's kind of all over. I haven't done the controllers yet because I'm just not sure which colors I want to cover up. Or I might just try and pick up a pair of gray Joy-Cons to cover up. But yeah, Switch, D-brand skins, they're awesome. Both good things.
Do you sell those?
D-brand does.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Damn it. Ask me again.
No do-overs.
Damn it.
What do you think you are, an Adam Sandler movie?
I had it.
I recommend orange juice for colds.
Orange juice for colds in Ninja Turtles mugs. Kicks the cold right out of you.
But I wasn't feeling it.
Kicks the cold right out of you.
Well, if you can be anybody else, always be Batman.
No. Spider-Man. Phil Spider-Man.
I don't know. Batman has more money.
He does have more money. And more belts.
Just the one.
Well, a better belt then.
The better belt, the utility belt.
Yeah. All right. Are we good?
I drop all the locales to find us, but I don't know them all yet because there's so many.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, just subscribe to us on YouTube. That's where we're going to be mostly.
Mostly. I think podcasts will drop on all audio platforms and then first, and then you'll have the
YouTube video.
Finish will be later.
Sounds good. That'll be good.
Try to aim for Friday mornings, audio, Friday afternoons, video.
As long as we record on Thursdays.
Yeah, well,
it should be. Even if we record on Tuesday, Friday morning, Friday afternoon.
Yeah. If it's long enough, 2 parts.
Yeah, as long as we have something for the weekend.
Yes. Content for the weekend's always good
That's right.
because people aren't as busy
Sometimes
or super busy.
super busy.
All right.
All right,
Keep it
finished it
casual.
off. Keep it casual.